How do you rebuild teams in NBA 2K25? First tip, tanking. When tanking, you're trying to get the worst record possible to try to get the highest draft stock, but a little secret you can do is actually trade that pick away. Now, why would you do this? You want to put a protection on this pick just because other teams in the game are going to be like, whoa, this is a valuable pick. You want a really good player in exchange for the protected pick. But whenever you have that awful roster and it comes around, that protected pick is going to come back to you. So you're going to have a good player and your pick back. You're pretty much just getting a good player. Tip number 2 is drafting and building up players. When drafting a guy and you want to improve them, the thing you want to do is try to get a player mentor in the offseason through free agency. You want to get someone who has badges and is older and preferably at the same position. Now, throughout the season, you want to play your rookie as much as possible and try to avoid injuries. You can turn off injuries, or you can just do a lot of bodywork stuff in the team schedule if you really are that involved. 3, learn how to use not just the trade finder, but also the proposed trade. Figure out the salaries and how to find other people who have the same salaries to get better players, and also use your second round picks in these trades because you can throw them around. And if you're doing it generated players in draft classes, second rounders are absolutely abysmal. The ceiling for them are like okay-ish role players, so they're not worth it. Trade them away. Free agency. Utilize the G League players because they are pretty underrated and they have super small contracts. Now, these players are really good at filling out your depth, but I would not suggest you to start them as their potential is pretty much capped and they're relatively older than all other rookies. Now, with you having a really good rookie and or players who have low salaries, wait until a really good player comes off their contract and try to sign them like a Luka, Shea, and throw like everything they want at them, as much money as possible, no trade clause and everything to try to sign them. And then that's how you build up, or at least have a good starting point for a rebuild.